Hello everyone. So today I would like to discuss my new favorite obsession at the moment, which is the Pokemon Pocket TCG app. It's just the Pokemon TCG in quick play format, a card game basically on your phone. I'm not sponsored by Pokemon, obviously. Although I wish I was, that would be great. But no affiliation to the Pokemon company. I just wanted to talk about how awesome this game is and how much I've enjoyed it. So, Pokemon TCG works like many of the card games that you are likely familiar with. Of course, there's its own power system and things like that. But first, I would just like to discuss why I like this particular game so much. So, growing up, I had a fondness for Pokemon in general, and this was because this was what I played all the time. Like, I played it on a Game Boy, Fire Red and Leaf Green, and even, I think I had Pokemon Ruby. I don't believe I had Sapphire. And then later on, of course, I played the DS games when they come out. But Pokemon as an IP, just in and of itself, is very nostalgic for me. And I've always enjoyed it very much. So, bringing back myself to those roots is just very relaxing for me. And card games in general, especially ones like this, are like solving a long-form puzzle. So, the idea is to outpoint your opponent. So for every KO that you obtain, you get 1 point. The first to 3 wins. Some cards are worth more points than others. For example, EX cards are worth 2 points. So then you only have to have 1 more KO before you win the match. However, EX cards usually have special abilities or super powerful attacks at low power cost that make that trade-off worth it. With Pokemon TCG in particular, which you will see playing in the background back here, every card must have a power associated with it for the card to function or for you to be able to attack or do whatever action, because there are some non-attacking cards that do other things. For you to do whatever the action states on the card, you have to use the energy. Well, you only get 1 energy per turn. However, there are some workarounds with this. There are some cards, like Misty's card, that allows you to flip a coin until you get heads and allows you to apply as many water energy as you got from flipping heads to the card in the active position. So you could end up with a Blastoise, theoretically, with like 14 energy. Blastoise has an effect on it, the EX version does, where if it has 2 extra water energies attached to it, it does more damage on its attack. So of course, things like these are helpful. Or you even have Pokemon cards that help in this as well. So, cards like Moltres has a Fire Dance. I don't think it's called Fire Dance, but it's called something. I'm sure I'll have it in the gameplay down below, where basically it has an action at the cost of 1 fire energy for you to flip 3 coins. And forever how many heads you get that many fire energy, and then can apply it to your Pokemon in the active position or on the bench as you deem appropriate. And this is especially useful for decks that would use fire energy Pokemon that discard their energy after their attacks, such as Charizard, where he has an attack that's extremely powerful, doing 200 damage. However, it is at the cost of you discarding 2 fire energy. But if you build up extra fire energy from Moltres' fire move, then this cost can be mitigated greatly. This game has a multitude of functions. Outside of just battling, you can just simply do it to collect cards. If you're into that, you like the shiny ones. There's some super rare ones that have like 0.1% chance of you pulling them in a card pack. Some people love this and to show off their super rare, ultra rare cards. And of course, just like with any free-to-play game, you can pay to win and get the best cards, build the best deck, yada yada. But it's really not about that for me. It's about the nostalgia and the puzzle-solving aspect. Pokemon Pocket TCG offers solo challenges that you can perform on certain decks, and those in themselves are puzzles that you have to solve using the cards that you already have, because you can't use cards that you don't have unless they're in a rental deck, which you get by beating the said puzzle solo battle. I would definitely recommend this game to anyone who loves card games, or even people who love Pokemon, because the card game aspect of it is really quite simple once you get into the mechanics. Now, I'm sure later on, as they release more compact card packs, it will become more and more complicated as time goes on. But as of right now, it's relatively easy to understand and obtain the gist of what the game wants from you and wants you to do. I'm very pleased with this game. I haven't run into many roadblocks, so to speak. When you play online and play like in a competitive format against other players, though, you will run into a lot of people that have those, what we would call meta decks, which is things that the majority of people are playing to win said game. But you're going to run into that pretty much any free-to-play game you play. You'll run into people that have either gotten extremely lucky or have paid their way to victory. But yeah, I mean, if you have any interest in stuff like this, I would highly recommend you check it out if you haven't already. And yeah, that was it. Me just rambling about Pokemon Pocket TCG. But before I end this video, of course, just as a treat, I've been saving up my hourglasses, which is what allows you to open up packs early. So I will just be opening up a bunch of packs at the end of this video. I'll record it all, and we'll see what I get. But anyway, y'all have a good one. Thank you for watching. As always, I've been your Noisy Cricket. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye.